Why, happy Sunday. Welcome to another Satsang, and I'm incredibly excited for this one. Now, living truth. Anytime we do a Satsang, know that it's always kind of a divinely inspired theme. I don't really plan these. It's kind of like whatever pops in, pops in. That's the theme. And living truth was one that is a collection of this kind of magic weekend of experiences. And it's just that living reminder of what you are, what I am, what all is, what this experience can really provide us. So go ahead and get your last few wiggles out. We'll dive right into it. I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale. As you hear the singing bowl ring, draw in that loving breath and transform your exhale into a mighty and powerful Om. Allow yourself to resonate that A note by lowering the jaw, and as you close the mouth, the U and the M will form naturally. Begin to shift your focus and attention towards having that AU be half of the sound of the total Om, with the M, the closed mouth, being the rest. From here, crack a smile and ensure that you have a nice big grin. Fall in love with this experience. Let go of any character, let go of any storyline of the day, and simply be here right now. Giving your full attention to the very moment unfolding before you. Begin to detach from the internal phenomena, the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts, and begin to watch as if you're enjoying a film. Observe both the inner and the outer as one and the same. This divine cinema called life and experience. Shift your full attention to the sound of this final bell ringing. And as it drifts into silence, so too allow the dust to settle internally. As you begin to separate, as you begin to sit in your true position as that silent witness, that instantaneous knower, that sense of self we know as me, simply rest with it. Simply observe it. This concept of truth, it's one of the many things that we grow up automatically soaking up around us from others. As that child, that dry sponge, we begin to absorb our surroundings. But it doesn't matter if the water is dirty or clean. Experience these lessons, So the truth in reality is always a subject that can be rather sticky, because it's always been covered up with truths based in others' pain, based in the past. So it's here with your next breath. Draw on that love, that light, the energy in which you live in. And with your exhale, consciously squeeze out that sponge of identification, of conditioning. With your exhale, release the tension. Allow all to be. For the truth isn't something that you're told, it's only something that you can be experiencing, that you can experience. And you're doing it right now. The very act of sitting consciously with the eyes closed, that alone is all you need to come home to your truth. Because it's here we recognize our true position in this play of life. That you are the witness, you are the observer. You're the one that hears the birds outside of you, and you're the one that hears and observes the thoughts within you. However, it's this concept, this personalized self, this character of the form that deludes us. Come to recognize that you're giving your identification away. You're giving your true self over to a lesser being, a physical body, a vessely form, a bag of flesh. Discover your truth by recognizing you go beyond the form. That your sense of self and beingness was there long before the body recognized its name. Come to go and understand that that's just the name you're used to with this incarnation. But in truth, you have had many a forms, many a name, many an experience. One can come to see this themselves. And don't take hearsay for it. If it has not been experienced, come to put yourself in the position to experience it. But we must be willing to entertain this concept, this reality that we soak up, that we attach ourselves to different beliefs, constructs. And in turn, with our identification and attachment to them, we limit our experience and reality itself. Because again, we come back to this concept of truth. The truth is you. The truth is me. Any being that has the control of its body, anything in manifestation, is its own being, is its own life force. It matters not the ability of the physical form and body to express itself. All has consciousness. We are all peeking through the same windows of awareness. But we must come to realize that we ourselves are this window. You are your own, I am my own. And that is the beauty of this human experience, is we get to experience the many manifestations of this one eternal energy, this source love, this primordial fire that sparks the screen behind every gaze. But it matters not if you have a connection with this intangible sense of the Creator. Allow yourself to live in this magical kingdom by simply looking at this experience, both the internal and the external, through the basics of what we can simply understand of our existence. For the physical body, it can only pick up a fraction of what is actually able to be seen, tasted, heard, smelt, and sensed. To live in the truth is to live with the detachment, knowing that this experience is very, very limited, much of which is pieced together by the body because, in truth, because our image is so minuscule compared to the vastness of what is actually out there and ability to perceive, that much of it is pieced together by the brain. This simple recognition alone will break down the veil of delusion, the attachment, the stickiness, that this physicality is all there is. It will instantaneously open you up to the subtle because you're consciously choosing to perceive it. Living truth is living in what we know. And when we live in such a knowing, we allow ourselves to entertain that which cannot be seen currently, thus entering into the unknown, the fresh experiences. And it's in these new experiences that we find ourselves completely enamored with the satisfaction, the joy, the happiness of life. And it's always there present at our disposal. Living truth means letting go of that which holds us back from it. That is the simplest deduction to make. So what is it that holds you back from truth? From these fresh experiences, from being happy and elated, from trusting, from living courageously. There's so many expressions one can truly explore for their own beingness because, again, you are the truth. Whatever you need for you is valid for you. And although we all have our own path, our own place to go and walk, know that each of us has that divine potential to return home. It is your birthright. But you have to be willing to let go of the things that you were told and taught, and determine and realize that this living truth is based upon you. And that is one of the largest aspects of this spiritual journey that many overlook, trying to copy, trying to emulate, trying to be another. And they overlook the most important aspect to this journey. For life is an adventure, the travels of one soul, evolving and unfolding. And it's like that for each and every one of us. We're all the main characters in our own film, and when we fail to recognize that divine sense of self, the divine sovereign being we are intended to flourish and grow into, can never be. For your life experience is your life experience. The lessons are your lessons, and your image of this universe is your gifted and unique vision. It's the beauty we come to recognize that although we're all looking at the same mountaintop and scenery, that the colors, the palette, the textures we use to paint this image is all different. And it's through this recognition, this true understanding of that namaste, that divine respect for each and every being, That we come to fully realize the truth has always been here. The truth is that this life is a gift. And that every breath and slice of now is an opportunity to reset. And that when we look at the total aspect of this process of birth and death, that the lesser aspects of life become trivial. It's in this space of love and recognition that we come to fully embrace what life offers us and the many experiences we get to live through. Because that aspect of living, that opportunity at life, that is the most gracious gift we're given. As we unfold the layers of self and these falsehoods, these aspects of ourselves that we willingly and lovingly let go, it just reveals more and more simplicity, more and more humility. And these avenues of applying both bring us to that space of love, of self, of other, of life. Because there's one essence behind it all that unites us all. That seed of consciousness, sense of being that we know is the I am presence within us. So here in this living truth, go beyond the sense of I, this concept of me, and allow yourself to experience that other aspect of your nature, the openness, the love, the being, the presence itself. Take a deep, loving breath, paying no attention to anything else. Simply breathing, filling up the entirety of the lower belly and the chest. And when you feel like you can't take any more in, go ahead and take another breath in as much as you can. And allow it to fall away effortlessly, releasing it just by letting go. Take one more breath here. Again, slow, filling up the entirety of the body. And when you feel like you've taken it all in, take another breath as much as you can. And again, let it drop away. And one more final deep breath here. And release the breath. As you lay back within yourself, we have this opportunity to realize, to see, to witness that the truth, the subtleties of this experience are always presented. Allow this sense of observation, this detached witnessing, to facilitate your observation and witnessing of this concept, this knowing, this truth. For it's here we observe the subtleties. It's here we observe that which drops away. And know in your heart that the emotions, the sensations of the body, the thought forms, they all drop away when you remain in that ground of your truth and beingness, just as they drop away when you are in the flow of experience itself. That simultaneous living and doing, that being, that light. Again, it's this truth that allows us to witness those magical moments of transcending time and space, skipping through time, having those hours flash by like minutes. Those moments when we're so excited the body can't contain itself and simply wiggles and dances and shines. Don't allow yourself to ever overlook those moments of elation. For that effortless, that natural and innate joy and pureness that shines forth when we are in happiness and love. And that is but the closest thing to our truth. But again, the truth cannot be spoken upon. It can only be experienced because each of our moments of witnessing such grandeur are different and unique for each of us. But we all know that same essence of our pureness, that aroma of our being, through that calm, that peace, that love. When you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, take a loving deep breath. Draw on that light. And as you exhale, transform it to a powerful and mighty Om. As you utilize this divine chord to shed away, to break down any and all blockages, to help you remove and eliminate that which holds you back from seeing and living your truth, from speaking your truth, and from acting on your truth. Namaste. I bowed to the divine within you. And thank you so much for tapping in. Ooh, no better way to start the day. Really, there really isn't. Because it's this opportunity for us in the morning to really reset. That's one of the magical things about, the human experience that we get to live, is that we all have this naturally ingrained kind of reset switch. Every morning we wake up with this opportunity to like completely just forget the day that happened. But it's that time in between the stillness of the morning and the story recontinuing that many just, again, replay all the past pains and get caught up in the character. But in the meditation and gratitude, you can lengthen that time. You can create just that space by eliminating that character that the story is attached to itself. And living out this truth is your journey of getting rid of that character, And I don't mean to kill it. That's many that you have watched and listened to me for a hot minute now have heard me say rather adamantly that I don't care for the term ego death. I don't believe in it. I think it's silly because how can something die that never was? The ego is just, we've created this villain, this, be all end all problem being. And that's just not what it is. That concept of an ego is just that, an idea. If the ego is anything, if we want to call it, whatever the thoughts, the sensations, and the emotions are, if we want to call that the ego, that's just the body. And it's the representative. It's a vessel for feedback. And when we identify with that vessel, boom, Maya. That's it. that's illusion. But that's the world we're conditioned into. So this aspect of life and living, it's this journey of coming home, of being able to remove what we're not, to reveal what we are, this letting go of the character. And living our truth helps us do that. Living our truth, is that journey of determining our truth, that real initial question, who am I? So there's a lot of things to dive into that. But again, the most important thing is the aspect of you are the truth. You're the one determining it. It doesn't matter what I say or do. It's your life. It's your experience. And that is probably the biggest hang up in spirituality, is a lot of people are still so caught up in the innate trap of idolizing others, of giving our authority and power away to those who we think are like superior to us because of how we've been conditioned and indoctrinated in schools, that we have a lot of this infantized behavior, that we act like little children, kind of looking up to these, older beings as gods. Like, how do I learn how to people? And we hold on to all of these things that we learn from that, especially, this concept of worthiness. So just understand that the one thing that is really coming through right now is just that word, worthiness, worthiness, worthiness. You are worth it. You are worth it. You are worth it. You have to know that you are worth it, that you have that ability to go beyond and take that next level of awakening, of enlightenment, of liberation, whatever you see this journey as. Don't ever look up to anyone and think that they have something that you don't. So whoever needed to hear that, hey, had a little passion in that one. So know that you're just as special. We are all special. We all have that pathway home, but we all have to realize it's through our own beingness, no one else. And this is the ultimate journey of love, because it's an act of self-love to look within. So I hope that this satsang and everything has really helped you with that, because living truth is something that we all must do, because it's our real job here, is to just shine and be our unique and most beautiful self. So dance your dance, live out that truth. And I love you so much. And as always, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and I love you so much. Thank you for tapping in. Don't forget to smash that like, do all the YouTube things, and I'll tap in with you Wednesday. Take care. Peace.